till 2 o'clock this afternoon. Let's catch up with a guy who took on the Yorkshire Three Peaks at the weekend. What a weekend to do it. Jack Woodhams was one of the team of around 20 guys climbing Pen-y-Ghent, Whernside, and Ingleborough, of course, the Three Peaks, to raise funds for York Menfulness. And he spoke to Harry Whittaker from the top of one of the peaks on Saturday.
We're at the top. We're on Whernside at the moment, so we're on the second peak. It's a lot harder than anticipated. It's not the same as walking my dog in West End Park, that's for sure.
That's a good quote. I like that one. BBC Radio York's Harry Whittaker chatting to Jack on Saturday. Well, Jack's the co-founder of York Menfulness and Yorkie Dads, and I'm pleased to say he's back on the line. Morning, how are you?
Morning, yes, I'm very well, thank you.
Are you not a little bit achy this morning?
Yeah, well, yesterday I couldn't get out of bed. It was unbelievable.
Was it really?
Yeah, but no, I'm just getting there, slowly but surely, starting to move.
Good. Well, 24 miles and 5,200 feet of ascent. How did you get on then? Because the weather, it's always difficult because I'm into my series hill walking as well, and it's always difficult because last week would have been way too hot. Then it cooled a little bit at the weekend, but for doing something like that, it would still be quite hot. I would imagine you were sweating buckets.
Yeah, it was really quite strange actually. The weather, it was very. But when you got at the top of each mountain, it was absolutely freezing.
Cool and windy.
Your body was so hot. It was strange trying to wear the appropriate outfit for it. But yeah, we all managed it through. We did it with Poppleton Football Club, and there was 15 of them, but they've got 20 years on us, so they went ahead and they did it in 10 hours, and we did it in 13 hours. But I was still pleased that everybody completed it, just about.
Well, no, I'm happy too. I would have been happy with 13 hours as well. So Pen-y-Ghent, Whernside, Ingleborough, which one was most difficult for you?
I think in the last one, Ingleborough, it was because you put so much energy to finishing it. You're like, right, let's get to the third peak, then we can tell everyone we've completed it. We've got to the top of it, and it was so steep. It was unbelievable. I was just like, surely I should be having ropes for this. It was actually quite scary at some points. And then when you get to the top, you're like high-fiving, you're hugging each other. We made it, boys, well done. Everyone really excited. And then they go, oh, Jack, it's a 4-mile descent down. Excuse me, no, not 4 miles. Where's my lift? And that 4 miles was the longest 4 miles of my life. And 2 miles in, 2 miles to the end, I was really flagging. I had to stop, and some of the boys were quite worried about me because there just wasn't any energy. So they sat me down, filled me with Lucozade and Haribo's, and that seemed to give me the kickstart I needed to finish it. But the relief at the end of finishing it, it was euphoric. It was really quite amazing in doing it with these guys who we've all had our struggles, ups and downs with mental health, and doing that together. There was something really quite special about it, and some really fond memories, scary memories, but really fond memories of doing it. So I'm really pleased.
An experience you'll remember for a fair while, I think it's fair to say. How much money did you raise then?
Yeah, well, we wanted to just raise £1,000, but we managed to raise 3,000. So we're absolutely delighted, and every bit of that money goes straight to men's mental health, and it supports our free counselling course. And there's 2 guys there who have accessed our counselling. They said it directly, it has made a huge difference. So they wanted to give something back, and so it is making a difference. So every penny really does help, and to prevent suicide, that's what we're all about. But trying to do it in a positive way and doing it together, and together, if we just keep talking, and there's some amazing conversations having with some of these guys, some real kind of hearty conversations, because you're there with them together, and that common experiences that you don't have to face anything alone. We're in it together.
Yeah, and it's the fact that you have so long to be able to talk to someone. When you're on a schleck like that, you can open up and talk to people about things that you might not probably normally talk about when you've got to go from get from A to B very quickly.
Yeah, just having that time, and none of us had signal, which was quite a cathartic feeling actually. Not being online, not being able to phone anyone and just being together, completing this adventure, once in a lifetime, maybe, adventure, but doing it together. I thoroughly recommend it for anyone that hasn't. Maybe do a bit more training than me taking the dog to Westbank Park and Hob Moor. But I would really recommend anyone doing it.
Well, I have noted that you've said once in a lifetime, maybe. So I'll pop you down for something that's coming up shortly, I'm sure, Jack. Just remind us, I mean, you touched on mental health and guys and how they tackle it. I presume that's what York Menfulness is all about, really, isn't it? Helping guys open up.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a platform of about 2,000 guys now on Yorkie Dad and Menfulness, and it's all about supporting each other, that peer support and that peer friendship. Nothing's off the cards. Just making sure that you talk to someone, talk to a friend, and it's so impactful having friends who've got this common purpose. And everybody has mental health. That's fair to say. Certainly guys do struggle to open up and talk about it, and that's sadly why suicide rates are 80% in guys. So that's directly what we're trying to do, trying to tackle it. We're not saying that we're going to fix anyone's problems. That's definitely not what we're trying to do, but they don't have to face them alone. And just by talking to others and knowing, I'm actually not the only one that's going through this, it's it's impactful, and there's lots of people that are talking and opening up now, and that's what we're trying to do across all the football clubs, across all the rugby clubs that we're working with, across all the businesses, just to get guys to talking and opening up. And some guys have never done that up until we're telling them, we're saying, no, it's important that you do, and they're reaching the right old age of 40, and they just don't know how. But we're hopefully, by seeing other people and having that common bond with others, it's certainly having an impact that we want, and it's delightful to be part of it, and it's just as good for me. I need it just as much as anybody else. So it's a great thing.
Well, good on you for raising, not just smashing the target by 3 times the amount, but also raising the profile and the opportunities as well to open up and talk about the mindfulness and mental health of guys. So good to speak to you today, Jack. And what are you planning to do next?
Well, I haven't actually, but I'm slightly intrigued about Ben Nevis.
No, you knew there was something coming. That's why I asked you. I knew there was something coming because you said...
Well, somebody mentioned it, and I was like, maybe, but that could be the next step for us. But let's see what happens. Money's still trickling with this one, so but if there's an opportunity for guys to get together to talk, you don't have to climb mountains to do it. You just have to, go for a walk, go around the park, meet up with your friends. And something that I really want to say is, it's okay not to be okay. But guys, when you're talking to your mates, ask twice. Make sure you ask twice, because they'll probably say, oh, it's fine. But if there's a slight hint, or you haven't heard from one of your friends in a long while, you just think, usually you message me back. Just ring him up or knock on the door and say hello. It's really important, It
would mean so much.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Jack, it's been an absolute pleasure. Onwards and upwards, as I say. Good luck with Big Ben Nevis when it eventually happens.
Thank you. Cheers.